Hello everyone. This is my compost vid. This is actually just 4 pallets nailed together. It's very DIY, and hey, it was free. We got the pallets from behind a hardware store because the owner said that if they put them back there, then we can take them. So we took them and put them together. And this is the main compost where we put like grass clippings. When I weed the garden, I'd put that in there, or whenever I have like an overabundance of leftovers, things like that, all the vegetables go in here, like watermelon rinds, they'll go in here. And then once in a while, let me put the camera down really quick. Once in a while, I'll just have to rake it, just so that, you know, it gets to breathe. Well, this rake is very crappy because I don't want to go into the shed. I didn't bring the key. And you know, when we put orange peels, things like that in, or any food particles, we would cover it up with grass clippings or newspaper, just so that it would keep the pests away. And over here I actually have a bucket full of paper clippings and some more weeds that we'll just dump in. Oops, actually got more than that in there. So since I can't climb in there, we'll just have Sean pick that up later. Oopsie, did not know that. So this compost is actually going to take about a year to cook. It takes a long time for things to decompose. And then I have another compost. I'll have to get those things out later, which is over here. This is the one that's already cooked. Well, we say already cooked. I should have brought that rake, but I forgot to. So this is the one that I can add this mixture to my garden right now. It's got eggshells and everything in it. Things that are easily decomposed, like strawberries, the tops of strawberries or fruits, things like that. Vegetable peelings, they would go in here very well. And all you have to do is cover it up with some grass clippings and maybe some newspaper, and turn them every other day to make sure that, you know, it gets enough oxygen, because the oxygen is what makes it brings in the organisms, and it helps them decompose. And I just use an old trash can I found around the place. And then over here, sorry, I'm trying not to make you dizzy, I also have a worm compost, which I'll show you later. This is what I had gotten out of the worm compost. They actually started sprouting from all the seeds. So all I gotta do is just, you know, pick them up and just move them around a little bit. But this, I got almost 5 gallons of it out of my worm bin after 3.5 months of feeding the worms. But I used half of it already. I just make compost tea out of it, which technically is just, you get a whole scoop of this compost, put it in a bucket or your watering can, and put water in it and let it steep overnight. Or if you want, I don't let it steep overnight. I just let it, I use the jet spray from our garden hose and kind of spray it to make it all dissolved, and then I put that in the water that my plants with those. So that's the compost, you can see. And it does not smell like poop at all. It smells just like dirt, and this is worm poop, pretty much. Literally, it's worm poop and newspaper. That's it. So I'll show you the worm bin the second half of this video. Okay, as you know, I had grown some potatoes, and I grew them in pretty much anything I can find. An old tire. These are old flower pots, old garbage cans, 5-gallon buckets. You can see all these have potatoes inside, well, 1 or 2 seed potatoes inside. and I would start them in like 2 or 3 inches of soil, and then put the seed potato or potatoes in there, and then cover it up with more soil. But every couple of days you see that the leaves start popping up, coming out. So that's when I would cover it up with some more soil, and pretty much goes like that every few days, or every 3 or 4 days. I'll do the same thing, and then eventually when it gets really full, you can let the, well, I'll let the stem, the plant actually grow, and it will look like, I'll show you a picture in a minute. Then eventually it'll start browning off and turning yellow, things like that, and when it starts dying off, then I would wait a few days and then dig up the potatoes. And usually I have about 10 to 12 potatoes per seed potato, except for those new potatoes. I actually have 37 out of those, and that was nothing. So I think in a few weeks we'll harvest these and see how many we have.